All right, good afternoon. Wow, it's live. It's truly live.
Awesome.
All right, my name's Mackey, and I am here as a guest of NewTek because I use the gear, I like the gear, and I think it's an important asset to any musician, artist, as an element to present your art in the best form possible, and live streaming is kind of where it's at, I think, in the future of getting your word out there, getting your art out there. So,
can I ask you a question?
Well, really, I'm the interviewer.
I know, right.
So, okay, you get to ask one question.
So
if you want to take it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Forgive me, just drummer, writer, author guy. What is NewTek gear?
NewTek. What is NewTek gear? Well, they make this really cool thing called the TriCaster, and the TriCaster is the device that basically takes your multi-camera input and converts
sticks it
that
onto the internet.
Correct.
Whoa.
Magically.
Can I get one?
Okay, can you get one? Let's see how you do.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce my good friend and a guy I have a lot of respect for, and we've worked a lot with together. Oh, he's right over there. No, actually, I'm just kidding. This is Martin Adkins, and Martin, you are kind of like a whirlwind of knowledge, destruction, and have managed to summarize the pain and agony of being an independent musician somehow into as little as 8 pages all the way up into this big giant
phone book
of exactly what's going to go wrong, and there is no happy ending in the music business unless you study this, and then maybe you'll get lucky.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing here and why.
Well, I was featured speaker yesterday, and I still have no real idea what I was talking about, but I love doing this stuff. It's my new thing. It's just putting thoughts together and talking to people. I was talking to somebody about knitting last night, and how knitting, I think this girl is now going to knit album covers, and now she's tweeting, I talked to Martin Atkins about knitting. I'm like, great, my career is really moving along. But the cool thing about these books is, the thing I've realized is that it's even smart people don't get that some stuff you can't smart out. You just have to do it and get through it. So it's like smart people in some ways are in more jeopardy than idiots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, sometimes you just have to be reminded about all of the things as well. So, for every band in the world, this book Tour Smart is mandatory reading. If you don't read this, you may as well just get out of the business, because you're gonna blow it. So, I wrote a couple of things in here, but how did this book come to be? I mean, I remember you talking about it for a long time.
Yeah,
but you've pulled, I mean, Henry Rollins, Kevin Lyman.
I blackmailed Henry Rollins. He wanted a track from me for his radio show, and I said, well, I'll send you that track. Where's your piece for my book? It was really kind of cool. But I wrote the book because I started teaching at Columbia College in Chicago. I teach at Madison Media Institute now, and they didn't have a book for touring live entertainment. So I wrote it.
Right. Well, I wish it existed when I first started out, because
me too.
Basically, for me,
my God.
I started out as a bar back in a nightclub, and then I started buying records because I was like a vinyl junkie, and then I started wanting to be a DJ, and so every day in the club I worked, I'd see this little DJ lugging in his vinyl, so I started, helping him carry it in, and then finally he's like, hey, I don't feel good. Can you take over for an hour? And so I got to DJ for an hour, and then eventually he was like, hey, why don't you start doing Saturday nights from 9 to 11? And I was like, yes, my big break. And then that would be like the time where there was actually nobody in the club whatsoever, so all I was doing was just letting him roll in the second the club got busy, and then I'd have to go lug ice and
So you suck
around.
it up. But so many, I don't want to say kids today, but kids today, right, they want to be a DJ on a Saturday night. I'm like, great. That's great to have ambition. The way to get there is to start there. And I tell your story all the time. You're carrying ice. You've got skills and you've got talent, and you've got ambition, but sometimes you always have to do that to get there. And it seems like once you get in the building, literally, metaphorically, whatever, once you get in the building, that's where the opportunity is. It's not posted on Craigslist or wherever. The opportunities happen when the sound guy gets drunk and punches out the club owner or shags the club owner's sister, wife, whatever. It's all going on, and you've got to be in it to win it.
Exactly. So, and also my point is that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No. Well, as continuing on, then it's like I kind of reached out to ministry and ended up that was promoting their show, and then we learned how to lose $10,000.
What a
in
fun
one
tour
night,
that was.
But make friends, and that's where you and I became friends. And,
Yeah.
And then Pigface started, which then I ended up joining your band in essence.
After following, literally, same thing again. Following the tour bus, eating the tour bus's dust.
Yeah, in our own little short bus in Evil
Yeah.
Mothers. And,
With no suspension.
So, but through that all, like we just learned by trial by fire. So, as I read through this book, I literally knew, if I didn't experience every story in it, I knew the exact case that it took place.
Yeah.
Or could truly empathize. So, my point is again that for those of you kids out there today that want to be in bands, get this. And you're doing a book signing on this
Yeah,
today?
up at Barnes & Noble at 2:30. We're giving away T-shirts, too.
So where's let me see that little Martin's guide here. Tell me about your Tour Smart Survival Guide.
Well, we've got some cool things in the guide, and there's a free code on here. You could zoom in on it, or you can put the code up. But anybody who wants "Welcome to the Music Business, You're Bleeped" can just QR code that and go and get a download.
Yeah, this is a cool little. It's not quite a little pocket version of this Bible here, but
it's got
it's really cool.
drawings in it. It's got some cool drawings. It's kind of distilled, and we're finishing up Band Smart, which comes out later this year. So this is kind of an in-betweeny free thing.
Yeah. So what's the difference between Tour Smart and Band Smart?
Band Smart is everything leading up to a tour. You know, deciding to be in a band, an artist, all the way up to doing some regional touring. Everything in between. Great stuff on studio stuff, more great merchandise stuff, band name stuff, just everything. It's 800 pages, so we're just trying to edit it down so it doesn't kill me.
Right. So it's the 800 pages that take place before you even get in the van.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Excellent. So again, 2:30 today at Barnes & Noble is your book signing, right?
Yeah.
And then what else? Mentor session.
I'm doing mentor sessions tomorrow. I like doing those because you give me 10 minutes with somebody and you can pretty easily find out what they're doing wrong, what they're resisting. You know, so I love doing those. That's tomorrow. I'm going to be out and about watching some bands. Some of our bands from China are over here. Like 8 bands are over here. So it's gonna be cool.
You went to China like what in
2006.
Okay, and then you went over there, met a ton of bands, produced an album,
recorded a bunch of them, and made a documentary. It was before I knew there was a Starbucks, right? So I thought it was way more dangerous than it actually was. There's 58 Starbucks in Beijing, and as soon as I realized they didn't need a bodyguard, that someone had provided for me. It's kind of weird, but cool.
So you're obviously still in touch with the bands that you made connections with in China, and some of them have come over here to play.
Yeah, I produced Snapline's second album. I'm going to go and see those guys. I'm not sure where they're playing. I'm going to go and see those guys tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Oh, here. Well, there was the WTF Fest that was yesterday. You've got Tiny
and then
Riots.
I'm going to go and get a tattoo tomorrow.
Finally.
Because you know I'm all about the ink. I've got my boys' birthdays. I'm going to have my dad's birthday on my arm too.
You actually got a tattoo?
Yeah. You kidding me?
All right. I'm impressed.
It's my boys' birthdays, all 4 of them.
Yeah, good kids.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, anything else you want to elaborate on in terms of like kind of navigating and educating yourself as a musician?
Yes. Just one thing. I tell anybody who will listen, consider the source of any information that's given to you. So that's why I tell people my resume, right? I've seen online classes for stage management, and it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, why would you do that's a physical, stressful, how do I do this whilst having an attack of diarrhea job with no sleep for 9 days? How do I pull it off? And it's just the most ridiculous thing to have an online course. And I think there's this new era of people not getting the value they should from education. It's one of the reasons I'm at Madison Media Institute, because I drive up from Chicago to teach there because I love it. They let me do what I want to do and provide these opportunities for students. So beware. I mean, it's tough to tell someone, beware of an online stage management class. Come on.
Right, because it looks like an easy way to learn, but
it's an easy way to learn. You haven't learned. It's an easy way to lose whatever money that costs. You've got to get your hands dirty. There aren't any easy solutions to anything, and that goes to anybody in a band. You know, putting out a record. You know, there's no easy button. You just have to do it. And the great thing about doing it, whether it's education, releasing your own album, or doing 300 shows in a year, you incrementally grow. You're not waiting for somebody else to give you permission. You're just doing it. And that's what's beautiful about all of the technology that's going on now. I'm a punk rocker, and there's never been a better time to just do it yourself. Do it all yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, do you feel like there's a complete saturation as well? Like, I mean, even within this trade show, there's, I mean, whatever, you got QB over there and all of these unique kind of upstart social networking, upload your stuff, and then you have to spend your whole life maintaining these
it's an ADD nightmare. Like, so but there's tools that can help you, like Hootsuite. You can update 3 to 5 profiles at the same time. It's free, and then it's really cheap to get into that. There's all different ways. But as soon as you learn one thing, it's like, hey, what about Pinterest? What? You know, and now MySpace is back. Like, no, come on. I don't know any of my passwords for that.
I'm in the same situation there.
Yeah, but it's noisy, so now it comes down to the whole basis of all of this anyway is what makes you different anyway. And you underline and emphasize and highlight the things that make you different, and you can do that. But the more you're the same as everybody else, the more you get 3,000 shrink-wrapped jewel case CDs, the more you're like everybody else, the worse it gets. You have to emphasize the differences. And I tell people, DTO, do the opposite. Just do the opposite. If everybody else is releasing CDs, then hand crochet your own Braille version of the lyrics of your book. Release a cookery book. Right. Go to people's homes. Or make a movie like The Artist. Black and white silent movie. Brilliant.
Correct. Very good. So again, 2:30 today, Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Free
T-shirts.
Signing this book, free T-shirts.
Yeah, free T-shirts.
And more free education and tips.
Yeah, maybe some muffins too. You never know.
Yes, you did pelt the audience at your panel yesterday with blueberry muffins.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much. I know you spoke for like 45 minutes, but that's actually the only thing I remember.
I know. I'm destroying the history of my own career. I played drums with Public Image, Killing Joke, Ministry, 9 Inch Nails, Pigface, and people are like, oh yeah, you're the blueberry guy. Oh no.
Right. Excellent.
It's nice to see you, man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by, Martin. I really appreciate it.
Cool.
And keep knocking it out.
Hey, this is really cool stuff.
All right, so coming up here in just a couple of minutes, an artist one of my favorite new artists that I've discovered recently, very charming young lady by the name of Krista Bell. She's, I think, set to do some really amazing things, or she really already is, and it's just a matter of the word getting out, and that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to invite her out today, is because I think she's a very important artist, and you need to know about it. So at this point, I'd like to introduce Krista Bell. Please come up. How are you, sweetheart?
Hi. Doing great. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for coming. I know it's a little bit early for us, even though it is like 2 in the afternoon. But
it's true. No, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Excellent. Well, I think probably the best way for people to get to know you is to hear the music and see your video. I know you had a collaboration with David Lynch, which
Indeed.
is was like a wow kind of thing.
For me as well.
So
the experience of it was pretty fantastic.
Excellent. So why don't we go ahead and play the video and let everybody check that out, and then we'll pick up on how it all came to be.
Sounds great.
ride the train of life, moving on in darkness, leaving that once known. The horns blow out a warning, headed to the future. The great unknown, the great unknown.
All right, so that was a little teaser, because that's all you could get right now, of this train, which really kind of like eerily romantic and spooky. I really like the vibe, and from what I understand, so David Lynch, like that's some of the like film and video footage that he shot that you guys put into that production. Is that right?
Yes, yes. This was a combination of footage that David had taken a few years ago, and we wanted his essence to be in the video, and so we built something around it to have it all come together and make sense. It's been an interesting and a little tricky, but mostly fascinating and wonderful challenge to bring the visual elements together for this project, because it's basically like we're making the film to a David Lynch soundtrack. So it's switching it up a little bit, and it's been a really special experience, and a little harrowing as well, to make sure that we are, bringing it in the most appropriate fashion. So
right. Well, I think you are doing that very well. So you guys,
Thank you.
like you and Dutch, who's your musical collaborator and like video director as well. So you guys
Yes.
are producing all of your own videos in collaboration with Mr. Lynch. And
Indeed. Well, David was in charge of the music entirely, and the production of the music, and he played most of the instruments and created the compositions, and he and I worked together on the melodies. But from there, it was our charge to bring it to the world and how it would be presented. So that's what we've been working on for a while now, since we had the contract signed, and we knew that this was the project that would be, my entire focus. So we put a record label together. Actually, I got a lot of great information from Martin. I think
Right.
I'll be checking out his book, and we're just doing it. We're going for it.
excellent. So you just came off of a European tour.
Indeed, it was a dream come true to bring this record to Europe, because I felt like it would really affect people there in maybe a way that I haven't been able to get here in America. There's always this kind of I don't know. It's pretty artsy, and it's a tough sell in some ways. But in Europe, they really seem to respond well and graciously. And we had some really wonderful shows. And the premiere performance of this train was actually in David's club that he designed in Paris.
Oh, wow.
So it was at Silencio was our premiere show in Europe, and it was the perfect way to start the adventure, and it ended up being a really, really positive experience, and people really got it and loved it, and I was in heaven.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on that. That's
Thank
an
you.
amazing beginning, and
Oh.
and I would be thoroughly pleased to have that experience as well. So why don't you tell me a little bit about well, first off, if somebody would like to get your record,
Yes.
or want to learn more information about you right now,
Of course.
where should they go?
I would say that my website would be an excellent start. It's my name, christabel.com. And there's videos there. It's a very heavy visual component to the record. And then also you can buy the CD, and you can also get the vinyl. We went ahead and produced an audiophile version of the record, super uber deluxe, double LP.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
pretty
Well, that's
hot,
good.
actually.
I think unique packaging and high audio fidelity are very important
It
in
made
a
me
release.
happy.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of degradation in digital music, and people forget, like, when something sounds good, it kind of makes you feel better, like, as
Yes.
opposed to listening to something
Truly, and
that doesn't sound good.
making the vinyl
Right.
somehow it made it all more real for me because it's this really substantive package, like, and it's two beautiful. You know, one is white and one is black, and it's this piece of art that also has music on it. It was a really special thing, and I think it was a cherry on top of making the record at all, was then having the vinyl created and being like, wow, this really happened.
Nice. Well, a cherry on top of my day would be if I could coerce you into perhaps singing a song for us.
I think I can make that happen for
Would you do that?
Chris. Absolutely, my
All
pleasure.
right. I love you for that. All right. Well, I'm going to step out of the way so Dutch can come up and you guys do your thing.
All right.
I'll see you in
So
a
just
second.
like that, we're gonna do it just like that.
that.
Okay, thank you,
All
Chris.
right.
And invite my partner Dutch Raw. And we're gonna perform a song called Real Love. Hi. Driving through the night, flying fast to you. Real love, real love. The moon is flying with me. Oh yeah. The moon is crying with me. Got to get to your house. Call me home. Flying with the moon. Sirens driving in the valley. Silence flare. Got to feel your love. Real love. Don't cut me. Don't you cut me. Don't you cut me. Got a hole in my heart. I wanna feel your love. I wanna feel your love. The moon passed behind the clouds. The stars are hiding from me. I'm coming home, baby. I'm coming home. Lonely moon rush by. Lonely, got to feel your love, love, love. Thank you.
All right, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dutch.
Thank you, Dutch.
Yeah, that was excellent. So thank you very much for coming and joining us
Absolutely,
today.
my
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it. So I know that you're playing somewhere
Yes.
at least once or twice in the
Yes.
next day or two.
Couple
you
of
wanna,
shows,
You want to
yes.
invite everybody out to that, or
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a show on Saturday night
okay?
with full band. I'm so proud of my band, drummer Pat Mostolato and bass player Christopher English Smart, and of course my guitar player Dutch. And we have a full visual component and lots of fun things, and we've put a lot of heart into it, so I'm really happy to offer it.
This will be the full-on
The full-on-
Christabel experience.
The real
with
deal,
with
as much as we can offer
video projection
in a
style,
public space.
full
yes.
band. So mentioning Chris Smart.
Yes.
I've known him forever. Like
No.
because we well, I grew up in
So
San
great.
Antonio.
Of course,
Right.
me as well.
Right. So all roads lead back to San Antonio, which is actually where NewTek is headquartered as well.
I love it.
So which is pretty cool. But yeah, I've known Chris. I mean, I feel like since I was a teenager. So
Well, then you have to come.
definitely. So I saw when I was checking out your website, and then maybe on Facebook talking about your live band and
Yes.
how happy you were with it. And it was like, Chris Smart. I'm like,
And it all makes sense
that's
now.
Chris. That's
Full
awesome.
circles. I
Well,
love
great.
it.
Well, I'll definitely be at your show Saturday
Yes,
night.
9
So-
o'clock at the Ballet Austin Theater, which is right across the street from the music hall.
Okay, 9 p.m. Saturday night at the
Yes.
Ballet
Ballet Austin
Theater.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so everybody in all of South by Southwest, everybody watching at home, if you're within striking distance, you should definitely come and see this very
Yes.
striking, awesome performer and individual, Krista. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank
here.
you so much
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
My
And
pleasure.
we'll hang out later on.
Indeed we will.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
cool. All right,
All right.
I'll see you.
We're done?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
done. You're free. All right. So I think, South by Southwest, over the years, like I grew up in San Antonio and lived in Austin, and I've seen South by Southwest grow from sort of this kind of indie band thing, that just took over 6th Street, and now it's like it's the entertainment and music epicenter of what's going on in the marketing and branding and banding of the world. And you have Bruce Springsteen, as well as 1,000 other buzzworthy bands, and then you have individuals that are sort of out experiencing just the dream and the experience of what music is. And 2 friends of mine made a road trip from Chrissy and Jean came. Basically, you guys, you want to sit on each other's lap. So you guys road tripped it. I know I live in Tampa. You're my friend from Tampa, and then you drove to North Carolina. Is that right?
We met in North Carolina. Go ahead. You tell the story.
Well, we met and then we just kept playing and
Went on the
we just never
safari.
left.
We went on the safari.
Right. So you're on your South by Southwest musical safari.
Yes.
And then along the way, I know because you were taking photos that you were posting, like on Luna Guitars Twitter page at Luna Guitars. Like you guys hit you went to Graceland,
Well, of course.
and then you went to the Crossroads.
Yes.
Yes,
And
had to go to the crossroads.
I sold my soul to the devil there to get the blues.
But
Yeah?
I still have mine.
All right. Well,
Sold my soul to
I
her.
traded hers
Right.
so that I could have part of the blues, but not lose my soul altogether.
Perfect.
Sorry.
All right.
Made it
Well, you
work.
got it. So and now you're here. So South by Southwest, you're having a good time, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's really, really cool to see so many different types of, sounds and people and things all under one roof. It's just really, really cool.
And are you making lots
Do you
of
agree?
Oh, I agree.
Are you making lots of good connections?
Yes, lots of good connections, lots of good friends. So
Well, that's why I'm here. I think it's a good networking opportunity. You learn a lot, and then you leave with a headache and a big pile of contacts, and then you got to figure out what to do with it from there.
And we're here really just for you.
Well-
Everybody else is cool,
Yeah.
but
Well, thank you very much. That's a good reason to be here.
absolutely. You have the best jacket, so we had to follow you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Actually, I think he has the best haircut.
Okay,
Yes.
you guys are
Okay,
overwhelming.
but I have the best color. There, I'll
All
just
right.
take that. And now we're all good.
All right. Well, I need some more entertainment in my life, so and I'm sure you guys can entertain me. Can I also?
Do you want us to tap dance? No?
If you can
Okay,
tap
well.
dance, otherwise, how about I know you have an amazing voice, so
Thank you.
Can you put it to use and rock us out
Sure.
as we say goodbye to this segment? And
Absolutely. Following the lovely one over there, that was kind of like
Krista
we are
Bell's
not going to
amazing.
be so sweet. But yeah, she is very, very amazing. So yeah, and thank you for having us, and we're gonna do what we do.
All right, Chrissy, Jean, take us out.
Thank you, thank
Thanks.
you. Do you need a chair?
I do. Is this the right guitar? Because, oh, I apparently. All right.
Love is a battlefield. You're begging me to go, you're making me stay. Why do you hurt me so bad? It would help me to know, do I stand in your way? Or am I the best thing you've had? Believe me, I can't tell you why. 'Cause I'm trapped by your love and I'm chained to your side. We are young, heartache to heartache, we stand. No promises or demands. Love is a battlefield. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long. Both of us knowing love is a battlefield. You're losing control. Will you turn me away or touch me deep inside? And if all of this gets old, will it still feel the same? There's no way this will die. And if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you'll need me to hold. We are young, heartache to heartache, we stand. No promises or demands. Love is a battlefield. Oh, 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 oh. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long. Both of us knowing love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield.
Thank you.